Okay, so a huge new executive order just dropped, and it's basically kicking off a modern-day gold rush, but this one's at the bottom of the ocean. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down for you. What this order actually says, why it's happening right now, and what this whole race for undersea treasure really means for all of us.
You know, when you think about treasure at the bottom of the sea, what comes to mind? Probably old pirate ships, right? Chests overflowing with gold coins. But the treasure we're talking about today, oh, it's way, way more valuable to our world right now. So, what exactly is this incredible hidden resource? It's all about these critical minerals. We're talking about the absolute building blocks of our entire modern world. I mean, think about it. The stuff that's in your smartphone, in electric cars, the magnets inside wind turbines, even our most advanced defense systems, they all depend on these. Section 1 of the order even lists them out: nickel, cobalt, copper, manganese, titanium, and those all-important rare earth elements. And they're all just sitting there on the ocean floor?
So yeah, it's not an exaggeration to call this a new undersea gold rush. The sheer scale of what's down there is just immense. And this executive order, it's the starting pistol designed to kickstart the whole process of exploring and eventually mining these massive, untouched resources.
Okay, so how do you even find these minerals? Well, it turns out they're often packed into these incredible things called polymetallic nodules. The order even describes them. And get this, they're basically potato-sized rocks. I'm not kidding. Little metal-rich nuggets just scattered all over the deep ocean floor, pretty much just waiting for someone to come and pick them up.
So you might be asking, why the huge rush? Why now? Well, it all boils down to a major national security issue. The U.S. has a serious critical mineral problem, and it's this: we have a massive strategic dependency on other countries for this stuff. Let me put it plainly, this is a huge weak spot in our supply chain. The very materials that power our economy, our technology, and even our military, they're mostly controlled by other nations. And yeah, some of those nations are not exactly our friends. And look, you don't have to take my word for it. The language in Section 1 of the order itself is, well, it's pretty stark. It says the U.S. is facing, quote, unprecedented economic and national security challenges because of this. So that tells you everything you need to know, right? This isn't just about money or business. It's a full-on security imperative. So what's the solution? Enter the President's Seabed Plan. It's all been formalized in this brand new executive order, number 14285. You can think of this as the government's official playbook for fixing that huge vulnerability we just talked about. All right, let's get into the specifics. Here are the quick facts on the order. It's Executive Order 14285. It was signed on April 24, 2025, and the official title is pretty clear: Unleashing America's Offshore Critical Minerals and Resources. And trust me, it lays out a really comprehensive new policy. If you look at Section 2, you'll see it lays out 6 main goals. And this is so much bigger than just digging stuff up. It's about streamlining the whole permitting process, cutting the red tape. It's about investing in deep-sea science and tech, getting government agencies to actually talk to each other, and of course, building a solid, secure domestic supply chain. But here's the kicker. It's also very explicitly about making the U.S. a global leader to counter China's influence in this area. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why, but the big question is how? How is all of this actually going to happen? Well, the order lays out a super specific, and I mean fast-moving action plan. And this is the part that really jumps out at you. The timeline. We're talking 60 days. Just 60. That's the deadline the order sets for major agencies, think Departments of Commerce and Interior, to get their initial plans on the table. That is an insanely tight turnaround, and it just screams urgency. So Section 3 breaks it down into a 4-step action plan. Step 1, fast-track the permits. Get American companies out there exploring ASAP. Step 2, map the priority zones. Figure out where the best stuff is on the ocean floor. Step 3, report on industry opportunities. Basically, ask the private sector, what do you need to make this happen? And Step 4, engage our global allies. The U.S. wants to help international partners develop their own seabed resources, creating a whole new supply network.
And that last point is really key because it broadens the whole picture. This isn't just some domestic industrial plan. No, this is straight-up geopolitics playing out on a brand new frontier, the bottom of the deep ocean.
So you can really see the two-sided strategy here. On one side, you have the domestic goal: build a strong supply chain for our own economic and military security. But on the other side, you have the foreign policy goal,
And the order says it loud and clear. It's, quote, to counter China's growing influence over seabed mineral resources. It's a crystal clear plan for both economic independence and geopolitical competition.
So let's bring this all home. Why does any of this matter to you? Well, if this whole plan works out, it means the stuff you depend on every single day is less likely to be affected by politics in other countries. It means stronger national security and a more stable economy. And hey, it could also mean the US gets to lead a brand new global industry, which could create whole new American supply chains, and that means new American jobs.
So there you have it. Executive Order 14285 is basically the starting gun. The race for the deep hockey is officially begun. And that leaves us with some really big questions, right? Who's going to win this incredible undersea race? And as we start to unlock this final frontier, what's it all going to cost?